What's up, family? Listen, I'm going to take this time right now to break down something that is very important, and I need you guys to be aware of this, okay? A lot of these companies have been defrauding us for years, and I want you guys to be able to get these negative items removed from your credit report. So what I want to do is, in this video, I want to break down a few of these laws, okay? There's a lot of laws that govern us, and a lot of people do not understand consumer law will get anything disputed and removed off of your consumer report, okay? Now you can use Metro 2. Metro 2 is great. Now I'm not talking down on Metro 2, but listen, if you really want to understand that you have rights as a consumer, as a person, because a lot of time people don't understand. They always say, we as the people don't have rights and we need to change this and that. Let me tell you guys, these companies have been double speaking for us, okay? They have been telling us things that are not true. They have been disguising words and doing a lot of wordplay, which is called double speaking. They've been playing that patronizing game for years. And this is the day where if you're watching this video, I know for 100% fact, you're going to get this through your head. And after you get this, you won't have any problems about anything being reported to your consumer report again. So I want to break down a few of these things, right? Let's dig in deep real quick, right? 15 U.S. Code 1681A, right? If you go to Google, you can type this in and you guys can fact check me, right? I want you guys to go over everything that I'm saying to make sure that I'm 100% accurate. Don't just go off what I say, even though I know I'm 100% right, because I use this for my clients to get my clients the results that I do, okay? So I want you guys to really go and dig deep into this. I'm only gonna break down a few of the parts, so if I miss something and you guys don't understand something, drop a comment in the Facebook group, okay? Go to the Pay community, drop a comment, right? So I understand what you guys need help with if you guys are not understanding things, okay? Now I'm gonna break it down for you as quick as possible, but in the form where you guys can be able to understand it, okay? Because some of this stuff, when I first looked at it, I know I couldn't even understand it. So I had to go dig even deeper because this was I went on a learning binge. It was just like, I wanted to learn this stuff because I got rights and I knew I got rights, and these companies don't tell us our rights. How many times have you got pulled over right now and you thought that it was illegal for them to even pull you? Even though sometimes you be speeding. Now, you know, like I know, I be speeding. Sometimes it's illegal for them to even pull us over or grab our license plates, because that's a form of our identification. That's a form of our social security number. So there's a law that governs them from even, that's too deep in this stuff. Let me stick to this late payment stuff. Listen, I know y'all want more information. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll do a video later on about that, right? So let's dive into this real quick. So it says, the term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any form of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness. That means any information being reported to my consumer report, that's what the banks and the lenders are going to look at when it's time for me to go get approved for that nice car, that Hellcat, that $500,000 home, that all types of things, right? There's a lot of things, utility bills, phone bills, all types of things. You guys, there's so many things that have financing involved in them that you guys have to use your credit report for, or have to use your social security number for, that this right here applies to all of that, because this is how they're validating and checking your trustworthiness before they even approve you or deny you. So if you want to understand how to get approved for everything and never get denied again, you guys have to understand these laws, because they have laws that go really deep into when it comes to this consumer reporting. And a lot of companies think that TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, or credit bureaus. They are not credit bureaus. That's just a lie somebody told you to get you to believe. And I'm going to prove that right now. So let me prove that for you guys, right? So if you guys go down a little more right here, exclusion. So paragraph 2, exclusion, right? Paragraph 3, exclusion, right? It says underneath it says report containing information solely to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. Okay? You didn't make any agreement with TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. You made an agreement with the corporation, right? So I'm going to show you how that plays a part in wordplay and double speaking, right? I'm going to show you right now. So if you look up this term consumer, it says the consumer means an individual. Who's an individual? I'm the individual. I'm the person. I'm the individual. You guys are the individual, right? Let's go back. Who is the person? The term person means any individual, partnership, corporation. What are these companies? I'm just gonna stop right here. You can say trust, estate, and all the rest too. But I want to stop right here at corporations, right here. Corporation. What is a corporation? Those are the companies that we either have to pay this money to, that's what these companies are. The government is a corporation. Let's be real. America is built on credit. I need you guys to understand that. America is built on credit. If you really want to find out how to reach that next level of success, you guys have to understand credit is that. Credit is what it is. That's your way to freedom. So until you understand the credit game and until you understand that every place that you walk outside your home has something to do with credit, unless you're going to even when you go to a job, they also ask you for what? Your social security number, which is a form of what? Your consumer report, which is a form of credit. They're checking your trustworthiness. How many times, I know back when I had jobs back in the day, I couldn't even get jobs sometimes because when they looked up my social security number, they found either my background, which was not supposed to be reporting to any consumer reporting agency. But not only that, they also had other previous things that were not supposed to be reporting to my consumer report. And they put all of that up there. And I got denied for a job before just because of my consumer report. Why would I get denied for my consumer report? Because I wasn't in the 700s or the 600s. I couldn't get that job. I deserve a good job. You guys deserve good. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to start thinking like that. So think about your own personal life experiences. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But that's not today's case. So I'm going to show you guys how I was able to regain all of my financial freedom and I was able to generate passive income, create generational wealth for my kids. If anybody doesn't know, I have 4 kids. And listen, I want to be able to teach them this information so they don't go through that same lifestyle or that same journey that I went through, and they'll be able to better their own journey like I'm doing now, right? So we want to live a good life, right? So in order to live a good life and be able to understand how to get to that next level, we have to understand credit. So let's really break that down in depth. I'm going to pull up a whiteboard for you guys. I want you guys to write notes down, take notes, and understand this, right? So in this saying, because I copied and pasted, it says report containing information solely to a transaction. What is a transaction, guys? Transaction, I'm going to tell you, transaction is a form of a payment. That's what it is. A transaction is a form of a payment. It's your payment history. That's when you ever look at your report and you got the little bubbles where it's green, then you got the yellow, and if it's yellow or if it's red or if it's dark orange, that means you've been late, maybe 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? Everybody has a credit report. You guys got to get your in-depth credit report to see what I'm talking about, right? So transactions is a payment history. What are our experiences? Our experiences is the utilization behind those transactions. Because if you guys really think about it, our experience, let's say I go to Navy Federal, I get $10,000 from Navy Federal. If I get $10,000 from Navy Federal, but I do not use it, I didn't have an experience yet because I never used the money. But let's say I start using that money and I use maybe $5,000 of that money. If I use $5,000 of that money, now I have an experience because I was able to do things with that $5,000 that helped me along my journey and progress me, whatever the case is. Now, we use credit as a tool to generate us passive income. You guys can learn that in these next segments once you get through the credit repair stage, right? I'll teach you guys exactly step by step. We use credit as a tool to generate passive income, right? I want you guys to understand that. That right there alone in itself will take you to another level, but you have to understand this credit part. So if the experiences is our utilization, guess what else that means? It's not supposed to be reporting to our consumer report, right? It's not supposed to be reporting. So I put utilization right here, right? So utilization is not supposed to report. So no transaction, no payment history, no utilization is supposed to be on our consumer report. What is it? Let's draw a diagram, right? On this diagram, you guys got to really think about this, and I'm gonna fast track this right here. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are not credit bureaus. I need you guys to understand that. That is what somebody told you that did not do their research. If you look it up on Google, I want you to fact check me right now. Look it up on Google. Ask Google Is TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit bureaus, or are they consumer reporting agencies? They are consumer reporting agencies. Where do we get the term bureau from? The term bureau came from the FBI. So how many people understand and know what the FBI is? A Federal Bureau Investigation. They took those same contexts to be able to doublespeak and confuse us as consumers into believing this. So it's a lie. So you guys got to understand how to pick out these pieces from what these people tell you. That is a lie. There's no such thing as a credit bureau. These are consumer reporting agencies. Let's double back. I want to show y'all that. I want y'all to, y'all got to get this and you got to understand it, because I wouldn't sit up here and waste my time if it wasn't true, right? It says the term consumer report. What is your consumer report? You guys say credit report. I say consumer report, because the real definition is a consumer report. There's no such thing as a credit report. Credit means FICO, right? Credit means FICO or Vantage score. And I'll break that down for you as well. A few more minutes, right? Consumer report means any written or oral or other communication by any information by a consumer reporting agency. Where does it say TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian is a credit bureau? If you can find that, I want you guys to let me know. Definitely. But it says the term consumer reporting agency means a consumer reporting agency described in section, we got to go to 812P, right? 81A2P, right? Let's go down there. Let's scroll down there and let's see. Let's see what it got for us, because I want you guys to understand this, right? The term consumer reporting agency that complies and maintains files. Let me highlight it for you guys. Maintains files on consumer on a nationwide base. That means a consumer reporting agency that regularly engages in the practice of assembling or evaluating and maintaining the purpose of furnishing consumer reports to a third party bearing, y'all got to pay attention to these words, bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness. It's right there. You guys got to understand how to pick things out and be able to identify what all of these things mean. If you do not understand, get your dictionary out, go to Google. If you need help, join the community, right? I talk about this stuff every day, all day, because this is what literally changed my life. When I started understanding that these companies have been defrauding us for years, I had 22 negative accounts on my report. I kid you not. I got all the receipts to prove it. Go look at my timeline. Guys, I'm above the 700s right now. I'm in the 700 club, actually. I'm above 700, but I'm in the 700 club. I'm about to be in the 800 club, right? Based upon this information. And I promise you, give me 1 month, I'll be in the 800 club, right? Don't judge me. I use my credit because I understand how to use it. I use it to make money, right? But boom, let's jump into this. If you guys are telling me, where in this paragraph do y'all see Where in this paragraph do y'all see TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian? You don't. You don't, because those are the agencies. Those are agencies. They're talking about reporting agencies. Those are the agencies. There's no such thing as a credit bureau, and I need you guys to understand that. So stop saying you can't get negative items removed. Yes, you can, because they're just telling you what you want to hear. If they tell you that they can't do something, it's probably because they don't understand exactly what I'm showing you right now. And a lot of people, majority of Americans or people in society do not understand this because they don't have the time to read. Let me not say they don't have the time. They don't take the time to understand this information. It gets confusing and there's a lot of wordplay, which will drive you crazy. It will really drive you crazy. And so I'm breaking it down for you guys not to go crazy, right? So let's go on. So public information, public record information, I'll break that down. Those are the secondary agencies. Envision, LexisNexis, Factor Trust. There's a billion of these companies. Clue, there's a lot of companies. Intellis, these are companies that report our information without our consent. That is why I tell people to go ahead and opt out of the secondary bureaus. All of those bureaus I just named, plus more. There's more, right? So get out of those systems so that they can't report any of that crazy information to the actual real consumer reporting agencies, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So let's go back to the diagram. If they told us that if there's no such thing as a real credit bureau, where do we get that term from? It came from the FBI, right? They wanted to use the wordplay to get us to believe, they didn't even do it, honestly. It was just people. So people tell you, hey, the credit bureaus, how do I get off this credit bureau? How do I get off this credit? It just became a word that everybody started using. There's no such thing as a real credit bureau. They're called consumer reporting agencies, right? So there's no such thing. And I'm going to draw a little line right here. Let me draw a little line. Let me draw a little line right here. Let me circle this and highlight this. Right? Because I want you guys to understand this. I need you guys to understand this, right? We're going to draw a big X around here, right? I want to draw a big X. How do I draw an X on here? I don't know how to do an X, but this is what I do know how to do. Check this out. I wish I had my whiteboard for y'all. I don't have my whiteboard. But listen, there's no such thing as a credit bureau. I need you guys to get that through your head. There's no such thing as a credit bureau. But what they are, what there are, hold on. Ooh. What these really are consumer reporting agencies. That's what these places really are, right? So this is an X, this is a yes. So these are what they really are. Let me show you guys. This is what they really are. Now, you guys really have to understand what is a FICO score. Now, FICO is made up of a lot of components. Not a lot of components, but it's made up of mixed credit, utilization, new credit. It's made up of new credit, utilization, new credit, utilization, new credit, utilization, new credit, payment history, and there's another one too, right? But I don't want to confuse you guys, right? I don't want to confuse you guys too much, but that's what the FICO score is made up on. When you go to these lenders, when you go into a bank, let's say you go into Wells Fargo or something, right? Let's say you go into Wells Fargo. They're going off of this score right here. We're going to put typically what 80% of lenders obtain to determine the approval, right? So if the FICO score is what they're using to determine whether they're going to give us some funds and our trustworthiness, what is Credit Karma? If you know what Credit Karma is, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. Don't use it anymore. Get your in-depth credit report for these reasons right here. You got, and I'm going to write it down here. You got something called a Vantage score, and I break this down I broke it down in a previous video. Check my YouTube, right? Check my YouTube. Now, a Vantage score is typically what Credit Karma, Wallet Hub, a lot of these other third-party places that got our credit monitoring sites. If we know that TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are the main consumer reporting agencies, why do I need to go anywhere else to look at my report? I don't. The only way that I need to go look at a report from another site is if that site has TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian in all three. If I'm not getting all three reports, I do not need to sign up. I don't need to pay for a report. I don't need to do any of that. Now, you can get a free report from Annual Free Credit Report if you would like. I specifically use my free score now because it gives me my in-depth credit report of all three of these. Plus, it has a simulator for help you either build your credit. It got so many cool features on that site, right? It's so many cool features. It tells you so much stuff. So go check that my free score now out, right? I'm telling you, stop using Credit Karma because they're using. Hold on. Oh, let me undo that, y'all. Let me undo that one. Hold on. Let me give another sticky note, right? One more sticky note. We're gonna put Credit Karma, right? Credit Karma is not giving you an accurate score. How many times, and I've seen this happen so much, and if this is you, this is how you get out of that. Stop using Credit Karma. How many times have you tried to look at your score on Credit Karma and they only gave you TransUnion and Equifax? Why are they not giving you Experian? That's because Credit Karma only is pulling your TransUnion report, okay? They are not pulling anything else. Now, if you do have the Equifax, they I guess now they partner with Equifax, so now they have Equifax. But they're still not giving you your accurate, in-depth report. It doesn't even tell you the things that you need to look for on your report. It only breaks down it gives you a selection of information, right? It doesn't give you 100% accurate information. If you're using Credit Karma, just stop using it. I don't want to stick too long with it because I don't even like Credit Karma. Because once I understood this right here, this matrix that they put us and made us believe, it was a whole different ball game. So let's just say this, right? Only 20% of lenders even use this Vantage score. If 80% of lenders is going off the FICO score, what makes you think that you need to make sure that your Vantage score you do need to make sure your report is completely accurate across all three bureaus. You can't do that with the Vantage score. You can't do that with Credit Karma. There's no way, because you're missing experience still. It doesn't make sense. So I need this to make sense to somebody, anybody that's watching this video. I need you guys to really understand there's no such thing as a credit bureau. They're called consumer reporting agencies. Credit bureau was just a made up word that somebody took from the word FBI, because the FBI is a federal bureau investigation, and they took that and attached it to credit to make it stick. Just to make it sound good for people to get scared. They're nothing to do with the government. These reporting agencies have to follow the laws and guidelines just like we do as consumers. How many times, if you ever broke the law or whatever the case is, right, you'll get in trouble and go to jail behind these things. You'll have to pay fines. You'll have to go through probation, all this stuff, right? So if these companies are reporting false, misleading information, that means they got to pay consequence too as well. This is where we come and get paid. But you have to identify why you need to get paid. You have to identify your report. And you guys can refer to my YouTube. I got free videos. I got hour-long videos that will show you guys how to identify the information, how to get all of this stuff disputed and removed. I just want you guys to really start understanding that there's no such thing as a credit bureau. They're called consumer report agencies, and you guys have rights. And you guys need to understand how to get your rights back. But let's dig a little deeper. Right? So now that we understand that there's no such thing as a credit bureaus, right? Now we have to understand that with this same exact speech right here, report containing solely to transactions, which are payment history, and experiences, which is utilization, that those transactions should stay in between whoever did business. They shouldn't even end up with Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, right? And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you guys why right here, right? So if we go here, let's go to Google. Let's dig a little deep, right? 15 US Code C 1681. Let's do B. Permissible evidence, and they just updated this. I'm not gonna read all of this. I'm just picking out different parts. The main parts, you guys need to do your homework and start learning this information. Let's be real. A lot of people, half of the time, think they don't have a lot of time, or they're too tired to go look up this information. But let me tell you, if you choose to prolong this and procrastinate and not obtain this information, your life is gonna be stagnant. And I don't want you guys stagnant. I don't want that for you. I hope you don't want that for yourself. I want you guys to be able to reach 6 figures, 7 figures. I want you guys to be multi-million. I want you guys to be financially free. It ain't even about the money. I want you guys to become financially free. And once you guys get this information, you will then become financially free. I promise you. Because then there's nothing else that you won't know. Because if everything was told to you and they were telling us that these are credit bureaus and that if I had a late payment, I got to pay a debt collection or all of this stuff, how is that true? And the law was right here and it tells you half of the stuff that's on your credit report is not supposed to even be reported, right? So let's look at this first line right here. It says, subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under these circumstances and nothing other. So, meaning only for employment. If you guys are going to get employment, that's when they pull your record. That's when they report things. You guys get car insurance, that's when they pull your stuff. That's when they go through things, right? Investing, when you're going to invest into something, that is when they're supposed to be attaching this stuff to your record, man. That's the time when they're supposed to be furnishing this information. No late payments is supposed to be furnished. No charge-offs or collections is supposed to be furnished. Because guess what? A charge-off is an IRS, and it's a whole different ballgame behind it. A charge-off, right? I'm going to break this down very simple, right? A charge-off, they get paid multiple times off these charge-off and collection accounts. I'm going to take you through something right now, right? When you default on a payment, right? Let's say your account goes to collections, right? That collection agency paid for that account. They paid maybe 4 cents on a dollar for that account. So they don't even know if that information is 100% accurate because they bought it. They didn't do business with you. Did they? If they did, let me know, but they didn't. I know that, right? So how can they report this information to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian? They didn't have your consent, for one. You didn't give any written consent for that. They didn't send you any documentation telling you that they were about to send this off to the bureaus and they were going to add it to your consumer report. You never gave any consent, even if they did send you a letter. Did you send a letter back telling them to go ahead, that that's okay? No, you didn't. So that's fraudulent, misleading information, right? Being put on your consumer report. Stop letting these companies and these corporations, because guess what they are? If you guys go back, and I'm not going to go back, but if you go back to 15 U.S. Code 1681A, it told you the word person. As matter of fact, person right here. Let's go right here. Person. What does it say? It says corporation. I need you guys to get this through your head. Corporation. Get this through your head. These companies are corporations, so they don't have no rights to do that. So stop letting them get over on you guys, okay? That is what I want to tell you guys. Now, there's other laws that you guys can use. I want you guys to start looking up all of these codes and start identifying what applies to you. They got laws for incorrect billing. They got laws for late, this is for late payments and things like that. So if you do have a late payment and things like that, I want you guys to use this stuff to get these late payments removed. I want you to go back. I want you guys to go to ChatGPT. I want you to use ChatGPT. It's free. You don't have to pay a dime for ChatGPT. It's so easy to get your credit repaired using a free site that the government is using. Let's be real. The military and the army been using artificial intelligence for years. This just now hit the mainstream 2022. 2023 is where ChatGPT and AI really started getting really popping and stuff like that. But let's be real. The government has been using this to win wars for years. They didn't want to release it to the public because this information is very volatile, and if it in the wrong person's hands, they'll start using it for their own gain, right? Which a lot of us do, which means I use it for my own gain, because if you've been getting off on me for 28 years, listen, now I got the rest of my life to go ahead and use that same information that I know now that I didn't have any knowledge of, but now I got aware because I had to put myself in front of that information. Now I know. Now you can't do these things to me. Now I can live life. I can go make sure my credit report is squeaky clean, staying above the 700 club, staying above there, not going backwards, because half of the stuff that's being reported, and the reason why you guys have these negative items reported is because you guys never were placed in front of this information. Once you guys get in front of this information, I promise you, and you guys really dig in deep into this information, use the templates that I give you guys throughout the course of things, guys, This should be a breeze. Credit repair shouldn't take you longer than 30 days after this, because guess what else you're going to do? You're going to go to a website called the CFPB. I did a video inside this same course for you guys to be able to get these items removed. I'm giving you guys 30 days. If you guys trust me, I want you guys to go through a challenge. Give me 30 days. If I'm lying and this stuff did not work for you, you don't get anything removed right in 30 days, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to DM me. I don't know anybody who this hasn't worked for, because this is the actual law. This is the law. It has to work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If a company stalls you out, guess what you need to do? You need to go dig deeper and find another law, or use that law and expand that law. Get ChatGPT to really stretch it out for you, right? You can go I go in depth when it comes to just this law right here. I can go deep and create numerous dispute letters off of just this right here and looking at a person's credit report, because I can identify what's negative on that report and identify everything's not matching across all three bureaus, which according to the FCRA, everything must be 100% accurate across TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. It has to, by federal law. That's a law that's stated for us. So we use these same laws to make sure that we can regain our financial freedom, clear our credit reports, and move on with our lives, and make sure that from now on, we understand that credit is a tool that we use to generate and make passive income, right? We obtain assets, not liabilities. Assets over liabilities, 100%, 130%, 150%. Listen, you guys got to understand this game. I hope this video did you guys well. Listen, stay tuned. I'm dropping more fire, more courses, more things for you guys. I'm going to drop this right now on the Facebook, in the free Facebook community too as well, for anybody that joins, or if you have not joined, this is going to be the first video in the course. I'm going to put this in the course for you guys, because I want you guys to really identify and understand the information. Once you understand and identify that there's no such thing as a credit bureau, they're consumer report agencies, and they have to follow the guidelines of federal law, or they have to pay us. You guys wanted that? I know back in the day, I used to say to myself, I wish things worked for me, or I wish that the government did more for us, and that they put different laws in place and things like that. The whole time I was saying that to myself, and I said that to myself for years, because I had bad credit for years. Like literally, it literally took me less than 8 months to clear everything off my credit, right? I had one thing negative that popped back up there after I removed all the negative items. I got that removed, and I got paid in the process. So I want to show you guys how to go through and do that same exact process, because my credit report is clean. Half of these credit reporting, credit gurus and things like that, before you let somebody work on your credit, let me not even talk about nobody. Let me just say this. Before you let somebody work on your credit, you think you don't have the time, why don't you see if that person has actually good credit? Don't just let anybody work on your credit, because there's a lot of gurus out here that's working on their own credit, got bad credit, and they don't even understand this right here. Once you understand this thing right here, you got the game in a box, and you're unstoppable. So listen, hope this video did you justice. I'll see y'all on the next one, all right?